The jet fighters dominate the skies for the first time since the Messerschmitt ME-262 during WW2. There were many most advanced fighter jets over the past few decades, but some of them were too deadly. Consistently being one step ahead of opponents is the most essential requirement of fighting modern dogfights. Rapid automation progress drives the development of arms and radars of the longer reaches, lower signature targets, and advanced electronic warfare. Unlike in the days of more massive artillery in the Cold War, technology defines air superiority now. As the fighting environment develops, a fighter has to handle much than ever before, quickly. Since the tactical agility and ability to adapt future technologies are considered from the beginning, unknown functionality areas will be easily incorporated to develop 6th-generation jet fighters. Here in this post, we will see the top best fighter jet in the world. Number 5. Boeing FA-180F Super Hornet. In 2001, the Super Hornet entered service with the U.S. Navy, replacing the 2006 withdrawn Grumman F-14 Tomcat. The F-18 Hornet is widely regarded as the most versatile multi-role aircraft in the United States Navy and Marine Corps. For many years and in many war areas around the world, it has performed with distinction. McDonnell Douglas and Northrop built it in the 1970s and started its active service in the 1980s. The first battle was during Libya's 1986 bombing, and it also played a significant role in the Gulf War of 1991 and later the Gulf War of 2003. Other air force, including the Royal Australian Air Force and the Spanish Air Force, also use Hornet. The F-18EF Super Hornet, its larger and more technically capable variant, features updated avionics and other improvements to bring the aircraft to modern standards. Number 4. Chengdu J-20. The Chengdu J-20 is the newest addition of Chinese fighters jets. Chinese designed it to compete with jet fighters of the 5th generation, such as the US F-22 Raptor, and advanced fighters of the 4th generation, such as the Russian Su-57. Many experts speculate that the Russian MiG Aviation Company has supported the production of this and many other top fighter jets China currently has. The initial low-rate development of this stealthy aircraft began in 2015. In 2016, the Chinese Air Force received its first operational J-20 stealth fighters. In 2017, China's Air Force officially adopted this stealthy fighter. China's approach to its military programs has been more transparent over the past decade. Even so, on this aircraft, there is little to no official information available. The J-20 is designed with precision strike capability as an air superiority fighter. It comes down from the 1990s JXX program. Chengdu J-20 uses retractable guided missile launchers that come out on rails, enabling the internal weapons bay to be closed down while the missiles are still hanging outside. J-20 is the third operational 5th generation stealth fighter aircraft in the world after the F-22 and F-35. The J-20 features a blended fuselage, a canard delta configuration, low intakes of jet engines, and an integrated fly-by-wire system (FBW). The aircraft made its first flight in January 2011, and Chengdu Aerospace Corporation officially unveiled it in 2016. It entered the People's Liberation Army Air Force (PLAAF) service in March 2017 as an air superiority fighter. Number 3. Sukhoi Su-57. Su-57 is intended as the first modern fighter jet to use stealth technology in the Russian military service. Sukhoi, a PAK-FA product, will deliver the first aircraft of production in 2019, with a second in 2020. On January 29, 2010, the maiden flights took place. The jet is intended to overcome the previous generation fighter plane, as well as ground and naval defense with super maneuverability, stealth, and advanced avionics. Sukhoi has designed the aircraft to mainly carry out air defense and attack missions of the Russian Air Force and the Russian Navy. If considered its overall capability to its manufacturing cost, Sukhoi 57 is the most economically efficient and best fighter jet in the world today, half the price of F-35 and one-third price of F-22. It can defend all kinds of enemy targets for ground, air, and surface locations and monitor long distances in the Russian airspace. Number 2. Lockheed Martin F-35 Lightning II. Lockheed Martin F-35 Lightning II is a fifth-generation, single-seat and single-engine, all-weather, stealth, multi-role newest fighter jet for ground assault and air superiority operations. The aircraft descends from the Lockheed Martin the 10th 35, competing against Boeing X-32 in 2001 to win the Joint Strike Fighter (JSF) program. A tactical advantage over all other battle aviation is provided by the highly agile, stealthy design alongside an advanced sensor pack in modern weapon systems. As the biggest and most expensive combat initiative, the F-35 was the subject of scrutiny and criticism in the United States and everywhere else. In December 2006, the F-35 completed its maiden flight. The trio of the F-35 version strike fighters would cover A-10 and F-16 of the U.S. Air Force, the F-A-18 of the U.S. Navy, the F-A-18 and the AV-8B Harrier of the U.S. Marine Forces and other aircraft versions for the other allied nations, including conventional takeoffs and landings (CTOL), the short-off vertical landings (STOVL), and the carrier's variant (CV). Number 1. Lockheed Martin F-22 Raptor. The F-22 Raptor is the best fighter jet in the world developed by Lockheed Martin, and Boeing is a single-seat, twin-engine fifth-generation remarkably advanced tactical fighter. The stealth, extremely advanced avionics, and higher performance-like thrust-to-weight ratio with speed make this modern marvel a super maneuverable dogfighter. Originally an air superiority fighter, it can perform many other functions including ground attack, electronic warfare, and signal intelligence. The F-22 cannot be exported under U.S. federal law to protect its stealth technology and other high-tech features. Lockheed designed it to be highly difficult to detect and track by radar. Airframe shaping such as edges alignment, fixed geometry, serpentine bends, and angled ones that avoid the line of sight of motor faces. With turbines from any outside view are all measures to reduce radar cross-sections (RCS), and the use of radar-absorbent material (RAM). User can also add features such as hinges and fighter pilot helmets that can provide a radar return. The F-22 also has reduced radio emissions, infrared signatures, acoustic indications, and extremely low naked eye visibility. Flat thrust vectoring nozzles minimize infrared exhaust emissions to reduce the risk of surface-to-air and air-to-air missiles that use infrared homing heat search. The F-22 began life as a straightforward air superiority fighter. Besides, this airplane has faced a formidable air threat from other countries' fighters since its launch. It later switched to the multi-role combatant, with an extra capacity for ground attack. The country with the most advanced weapons has a top edge in modern warfare. And as you can see, as one of the most technologically advanced nations, Americans have that edge in the sky. Nothing denies that America supplements its combat jets faster and more regularly than most nations, regardless of the reason. Recent versions of these planes are easier to come by with contractors like McDonnell Douglas and Boeing right in our own backyard. For more top videos, please subscribe to our channel High 5 Mix. Thank you for watching.